My friend stole my job, lied to me about what she did and turned my passive-aggressive boss against me, and now they are trying to turn it around and make me look like the bad guy to my clients. I worked in a salon based in a small town, where everyone knew me and I knew them. It goes without saying, but one piece of gossip or bad press gets spread around like wildfire, and had I known what my friend was planning on doing, I would have gotten ahead of the curve and saved my reputation. I had no idea how low she would stoop to hurt me until I fell out with my boss. Things had been getting worse over 6 months, but I am very avoidant and hate conflict, and so I wasn't addressing the issue. It started when I rearranged the shampoo display in the salon window. Despite my colleagues and clients telling me and my boss how great it looked, my boss was upset that I meddled without his permission. Instead of telling me directly, he spent the next 6 months digging at me and undermining everything I did or said. Last week, I dropped a hairbrush on the floor and my boss lost his mind. In front of an entire salon full of clients, he started to swear at me, call me names, verbally abuse me, and given that I am also a direct and extroverted person, I fought back. He didn't fire me nor did I quit, but I did grab my coat and walk out. I strode over to my friend's house across the street and proceeded to tell her everything that had happened, how my boss had humiliated me and why I walked out. I should never have confided in her or trusted her, because 24 hours later, she had gone over to the salon and told my boss what I had said about him. Worse still, she turned the narrative around to make me sound like I was demonizing him. She even made up little lies and accusations that I had supposedly spread around the village, which of course made him angrier. That same day, she invited my boss and his partner over for dinner alongside some close friends of mine, who had no idea what was happening and expected me to be there, and of course, I was not invited. My friend Tina was and remains loyal to me. She observed my boss speech about me and then later came over to mine to give me the intel. Hurt by their callousness, I decided to take the high road and visit the salon. So, the next day I walked in and saw my friend sitting wearing black clothes behind the front desk. Confused, I asked, "What are you doing here?" And she said, "Oh, didn't you know? I work here now." "What do you mean?" "I know they aren't looking for a receptionist," I blurted, and she laughed. "But a stylist vacancy has just opened up. They offered to train me up last night." I stared at her. It dawned on me that not only had she secured my job, but I had been replaced without being fired or resigning. I marched over to my boss and demanded to know why this had all happened behind my back, and he shrugged and said, "You stormed out. We don't want people like that here." I protested the hypocrisy. After all, he had sworn at me in front of clients and spent months winding me up. He said that my clients have sided with him, that they are disappointed with my actions and therefore no longer trust me. According to my boss, I showed a pattern of disrespect and tended to fly into uncontrollable rages if he questioned my work, all of which were lies. I was pushed out of my job and now there isn't a single salon in the area that will interview me. I don't understand why my friend betrayed me or why she felt the need to besmirch my reputation. She inherited a huge fortune from her grandparents and therefore she doesn't need to work. Only last week, she said that she wanted a job because she felt bored. Do I fight for my job or do I move on?